Tonight we finally got the confrontation we've all been waiting for. CM Punk makes his decision and then gets confronted by your WWE World Champion Seth Rollins. A feud that's been, I dare say, over 10 years in the making. I think CM Punk and Seth Rollins met each other for the first time on NXT in, dare I say, 2012? Yeah, about 10, 11 years in the making. And here we are. Here we are, 11 years later. And it's the hottest thing. The hottest feud going on. Maybe in wrestling. Not just WWE. CM Punk has injected a ton of life into the shows. And WrestleMania season is just getting started. He might have blown up plans. I feel like the return of CM Punk might have set into motion some things that might make WrestleMania better, but also might piss people off. But we'll definitely spend a lot of time on Seth Rollins and CM Punk. But I do want to get to this Raw episode, because I thought Raw overall was good. A lot of storytelling, a lot of building towards plans for WrestleMania. You can see it. You can see them slowly but surely laying out the foundation for what's to be a very exciting WrestleMania season. But we still got a long ways to go, and we're taking our time. So we're going to go ahead and get into it here in Alex's World. We do got some news to discuss, namely Charlotte Flair, her injury, and other stuff that I think we should go ahead and get into. But as always, you know how this works. We gotta do some preliminary stuff right here in Alex's World.
Login complete. Welcome to Alex's World.
Hello all, and welcome to Alex's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alex, just Alex. Thank you so much for making me a part of your day. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your added help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership, click that join button, and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, overview, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks if you would like to donate after the fact. You can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, just Alex Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, and give me a follow on TikTok, for I am the techest of the talkest. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, Venmo. Super chats are not on right now because, well, I'm not live. Although I think if you're watching the premiere, you can donate. But if you're watching this afterwards, you can still donate using those apps I just named. You can also get yourself a t-shirt. A t-shirt today for the holiday season. And Pro Wrestling Tees and Teespring. Get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get your new school Alex's World t-shirt. But most importantly, get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie. My America. The remix. T-shirt made by It's Jnox and Firestar Heart. All this down below in the description box. Today's sponsor, Extra Wallet. Get you an Extra Wallet this holiday season. 40% off using the promo code JustAlex. Here's a quick word. Then we'll get to the show. Today's video is sponsored by Exter. In today's age, old leather wallets are a thing of the past. People are looking for something more efficient. That's where Exter comes in. It can fit in your front pocket or any other space convenient for your access. It is the perfect smart wallet for minimalists that only carry essential items such as credit cards and IDs. It also has a cool pop-up feature that allows you to see what's inside, so you always know what you're getting out. Plus, it comes with its own tracker that connects with your phone, so if you ever misplace it, you can instantly find it. Amazing designs, amazing features, all at amazing prices. And today, if you click the link down below and use the promo code JustAlex, you can get 40% off any purchase you make. I truly believe this is a great gift, and it's changing the way people carry their items. So don't hesitate. Use the link below and get you a wallet today. Prayers up for Charlotte Flair. Those of you who missed my SmackDown review, or who who haven't been on the internet or following wrestling as of lately. Charlotte Flair, the daughter of the Nature Boy Ric Flair, had an injury scare during her match against Asuka this past Friday night on SmackDown. It happened during the commercial break. Both of them were climbing to the top rope. They both slipped, and Charlotte caught. It's brutal, gruesome scene, but essentially Charlotte caught her leg on the top rope, and it just bent in a very, very nasty way. And yeah, she was out the rest of the match. She finished it, but she was not looking good. It wasn't a good match at all after that. And we still don't know the severity of the injury. The fact that we waited this long, because usually when you have an incident like that, you know right away, okay, she tore her ACL, she tore her quad, you find out. But the fact that we don't know yet has me worried. So I'm praying that she's okay and she's just dealing with a stinger and she'll be back to work. I know some of you are sick and tired, sick to death of Charlotte Flair. And her taking time off from an injury might be seen as a silver lining to some of you. I just hope she's okay. I think, first off, this is her first injury, right? This is her first legit injury that she's actually had ever in her career. If it is, it was bound to happen, but someone like Charlotte, I think, gets too much flack because of how overexposed she is. She is all over the place. But because she's been so consistently booked on television for what? Since 2015, right? 8 years? Almost a decade? Yeah, it makes sense that people are going to get sick of her. I think someone like that, you have to miss her before you understand how good she is. It was the same thing with John Cena. And you know what? It'll be the same thing with Roman Reigns. When they're gone, and they're gone for an extended period of time, that's when you realize, oh crap, yeah, these guys are really good. So I'm hoping that whatever the issue is, it doesn't end her career permanently. If she has to take time off to heal up, take your time off and come back stronger than ever. But if she's okay and she dodged the bullet and just needs to put some ice on it, perhaps take the rest of the year off and show up at Rumble, man, I pray that she doesn't have a spot like that ever again. Say what you want about her booking. Say what you want about her as a talent. No one deserves what happened to them. That happened to Charlotte. I just don't want her to shorten her career because of a freak accident like that. And some of you are going, well, she already had a good career when you look at her championship runs. Yeah, I know, but still, that would be a rough way to go out. So prayers for Charlotte Flair. Let's remove our biases from this situation and look at her as a human being. Ashley Flair, if you will. I hope she does well and recovers very soon. Other news that I did want to hit on really quickly. It seems like we have a lot of contracts expiring for WWE in 2024. 3 big ones. One of them is Drew McIntyre. That one we've known about for almost a year, right? That one we've known about for a while. So Drew McIntyre, his contract is expiring next year. The other two, Becky Lynch, and this one was revealed today. Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins' WWE contract is set to expire June 2024. I know people are assuming that he could jump ship to AEW, and anytime you hear about these contract news, you're always going to play up the idea that they can go to AEW. I think Seth Rollins will leverage that idea to make more money. Same thing with Becky. If they didn't, they would be idiots. They're not going nowhere. They're not going anywhere. I would bet on Drew leaving first before I see Seth and or Becky leave WWE. Like, something would need to happen where they are so disgusted and so beyond, like, I am sick to death of this bullshit before they ever leave WWE. I don't see that happening. I see them staying under Triple H, especially right now. Like, as much as I love the idea of Tyler Black and Rebecca Quinn showing up in AEW, or Rebecca Lynch or something like that, Becca, I just feel like currently AEW is not in a good spot, and it doesn't really feel appealing enough for them to warrant that jump, but I could be wrong. They got Adam Copeland over there. Adam Copeland being over there, and then, of course, you have friends with Jon Moxley and others, and then, of course, if Seth Rollins really, really doesn't like CM Punk, then that could also drive him over there, away from WWE. So, we will definitely see how that plays up, but I'm going to tell you right now, if they end up re-signing, please do not be shocked. I do not see them going anywhere. We also don't know what the status of Seth Rollins will be post-WrestleMania, simply because he still needs to get back surgery. We forget that he's working with a very serious back injury, and eventually he's gonna need to get surgery. Eventually. So, we'll see where that one leads. But we have a lot to get to when it comes to Raw, don't we? Quickly, let me just cut through the rest of the show, because let's just be real. We only care about one thing, and that one thing is CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Everything else is fine, but I'm pretty sure you're not gonna lose any sleep if you watched it. Cool. If you miss it, you'll be alright. What you want to hear about is what happened with CM Punk and Seth Rollins. So, Cleveland, Ohio, not a bad crowd, sold out, around 10K in the building, which is typical for WWE right now. They're selling out everything. Everything. Yeet is back. Jey Uso confirmed to the world that Yeet is back in his good graces. It feels like WWE might have worked out some trademark issues with the other guy that had it, Casey Hoffman. So he probably got a fat check and just let them have the copyrights to it, or the trademarks to it, if you will. Jey Uso comes out, sends his get well wishes to Sami Zayn, gets that Yeet check going, says welcome back to CM Punk. And Drew McIntyre shows up and says, we don't want CM Punk here on Raw. And then he apologizes to Sami Zayn. He's like, hey, business is business. You said what you said. You poked the bear. That's what happened to you. But then he tells Jey Uso, how would you feel if I didn't get an apology, if you didn't get an apology for what happened to me? And you can just see that the wheels are still turning. I love that he's walking this line, but it does feel like he's leaning more towards a heel now. It was one of those things where at first he was only a heel when Jey Uso was involved. When Drew McIntyre was around Jey Uso, straight heel. But now, it feels like he's going full heel. Especially what happened in this match. This match was actually a lot better than their previous match. It was a very, very good match. A little long, but they love their long matches here. And Drew didn't win clean this time. He won by cheating. He pulled off the top turnbuckle, distracting the ref, and then he eye-poked Jey Uso, then hit him with the Claymore kick for the pin. And he has now earned a world championship match against Seth Rollins at day one. WWE Raw day one. Not Rumble. Interesting. What we gonna do for Rumble? Something tells me if I had it my way, I would have Drew win the belt at day one. And then Drew can drop it back to Seth Rollins at Rumble. Because the money match for that championship still is and needs to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Now, if it was me and CM Punk didn't show up, I would have absolutely had Drew win the belt and then carry it to WrestleMania. But CM Punk blew up some plans. I can tell you right now. He blew up a lot of plans. Probably for the better, if I'm being honest with you. I'm loving these segments with Judgment Day, Judgment Day, and R-Truth. R-Truth is adding some much needed levity to this group, because I'm sorry, it's just not. I just never was the biggest fan of Judgment Day. I'm a fan of the people in it, just not the group. They're having this back and forth between who's the leader? Is it Rhea? Is it Damian? And then Rhea and Damian are having some dissension, some kind of teasing of a fallout. And I'm just like, will y'all just break up already? But everyone sees Mommy she is the unofficial leader, of course. And then Mommy, Rhea Ripley, let him know that she's about to go handle her division. And she took on Maxxine Dupri. And love Maxxine, but this was not good. She was off. She's usually better. But at the same time, I have to be honest with you. I've always kind of known she was green. We all know she's green inside the ring. So I shouldn't be upset that it wasn't good. But at the same time, it's like, I could have been better. Luckily, it was short. Didn't even go that long. Rhea Ripley beat her really quickly with her inverted cloverleaf. And then Ivy Nile got in her face, so I guess that's her next challenger. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and skip the CM Punk one, and say that for last. Bronson Reed and Ivar had a meaty man slapping meat match, and Bronson Reed beats him with a superplex. Okay. Nice. We get some backstage segments with CM Punk and other superstars, even one including his former road buddy Kofi Kingston, Chad Gable, thank you, and Ricochet. I loved it. He saw Kofi Kingston, he said, Jamaican man crazy. Kofi's like, I don't do that no more. And then CM Punk saw Chad Gable. I heard great things. About you. Then he turned to Ricochet, and he's like, I heard you were bad at video games. Yikes. And then, of course, you see those three go into the office because there are plans for the IC title with those three. Yes, we're getting back to Gable. Thank you. And Gunther. Yeah. But that's for later. In-ring segment, R-Truth, and of course, the Judgment Day. And poor R-Truth, he just wants to fit in. He understands them. He thinks they're misunderstood, and people don't like him. And then, of course, Judgment Day is like, nah, we're assholes, and then they attack him. The Creed brothers come out to make the save. Of course, they come out to make the save for our good buddies. Our good buddy, R-Truth. And then, of course, that runs off Judgment Day because they whoop their behinds. So we're building to that match. Don't know when that's going to happen. Is that going to happen at, is that day one or is that next week? I forgot when that one was happening. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell got beat by Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, who are being set up to fight for those women's tag team titles. They are taking on the champs next week. Becky Lynch had a promo segment about Nia Jax because Nia Jax broke her nose 5 years ago. And she can't move on from it because she's living in that shadow. And for the last 5 years, they've avoided each other. Probably for the best. But there was a stinger of a line where she said, I went to WrestleMania and Nia Jax got double ACL. ALC, what the hell? What's ALC? Got double ACL surgery because she's so unlikable that even her knees won't stand up for her. Damn! Woo! Becky with the fire zinger there. Really, really good thing. Really, really good thing. And then Nia Jax came out and then she started talking. And then I couldn't recall anything else because my ears started bleeding and I had to go to the hospital. It was really bad. I'm glad to still be here. Goodness gracious. Look, we gotta do this match, fine. Well, let's get it over with. Let's be done with it, cause I'm not looking forward to it. Just like I'm not looking forward to another Miz and Gunther match, but we're gonna get it. Miz and DIY took on Imperium, and Miz got the win for his team. Skull-crushing finale on Giovanni Vinci, and then he goes backstage to Gunther to ask for one more match. And Gunther says, if I beat you this time, you can't challenge for this IC title ever again, as long as I'm champ. And then the main event was Cody Rhodes versus Shinsuke Nakamura, the battle of the woes. We got whoa, whoa, oh, 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 and then, whoa. And it looks like the whoa ends up winning this one by DQ. Because Nakamura said, nah, fuck this shit. Missing the face, Kinshasa. And then, yeah, that was how we ended the show, with a DQ finish. Kind of lame. Sorry, I didn't like that. Creed Brothers came out to save Cody too, so I don't know where that one's going, but it's kind of lame. I'm just saying it's lame. But you know it wasn't lame, ladies and gentlemen. What to me is the high point, the talking point of this show, was a segment between CM Punk and our good friend, Seth Rollins. CM Punk came out. Big pop. Introduced by GM Adam Pearce. Talks about how he left WWE 10 years ago and how he apologizes for leaving. Talks about how his career has not had the best luck when it comes to Cleveland. This was also the city where Orton punted him in the head, and they vacated the championship from him because of that. Yeah, just terrible booking all around. It was really, really bad. Yeah, it's just not a great town for him. But he's back. He's making up for it because this is the town where he starts his journey to redemption. He says tonight he makes up for it by officially signing with Monday Night Raw and becoming a part of the Raw roster. A big pop. Gets on the turnbuckle, goes best in the world, and then burn it down. Boom, 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 boom. Seth Rollins comes out, and time freezes. The moment you heard that theme song, you sat up in your chair, you fastened your seatbelt, and you were glued. There's something special about Seth Rollins and CM Punk. There's something special about these two. You see them inside the ring, you see them face to face. Let me go ahead and find the photo of it really quickly. And it's just this untangible energy to them. It's an undescribable, untangible, very thick pause energy to them. And you just know, ladies and gentlemen, that this is your WrestleMania main event. You don't have to ask about it. You don't have to question it. All you gotta do is just look at this segment. And here you go. Boom. That, ladies and gentlemen, is your WrestleMania Night 1 main event. That's the money shot. That right there. You know the match is gonna be fire. But what's gonna be even better than the match, is the build, are the segments. And for me, what made this promo work was the idea that everything that Seth Rollins had to say, he truly felt. I don't think this was a scripted promo whatsoever. I think they said, go out there and tell Punk how you feel. Only this time, unlike what we got with Hangman Page, I'm pretty sure Punk knew ahead of time what was getting ready to happen. But yeah, it was the tension inside that ring was thick. But anyways, Seth Rollins, he talks to Cleveland, acknowledges Punk, says, welcome to Monday Night Rollins. He asks Punk for just one little favor. He says, don't you dare call this your home. He said Punk he abandoned this place 10 years ago and actively tried to tear it down, slandering him, Rollins, and every person in the locker room. And now he wants to walk back here and call this place his home. It's not his home. It's Seth's home. Everyone in the locker room is his brother and sister, and the crowd is his family, and we will do anything to protect it from people like Punk. What does that sound like to you? It sounds exactly like Hangman Page's promo. Only this time it makes sense. The one between him and Hangman Page made no sense at all to the story. Seth continues. He wants to make it perfectly clear. He wants no confusion. He says he hates Punk. I hate you. One of two things is going to happen. Either Punk will expose himself and self-destruct like always, and he'll be the first person to slam the door, shutting his legacy. Or, if by some miracle he has changed, and he's got any gas left in the tank, maybe one day Punk will be lucky enough to fight him for the world title, and he'll expose him. But one thing is for sure, he looked Punk in the face and said, "This is your last chance." Damn. This is your last chance. Punk gets a microphone, simply says, "Are you done?" He says, "That's the one pass you will get for disrespecting me." Looks at Adam Pearce and says, "Make it official. CM Punk has entered the Royal Rumble." And then he walks away. He let Seth Rollins throw them bombs at him, throw them snipes at him. Punk took them all on the chin and walked away. Because there is a receipt coming. He just said, "For tonight, say what you gotta say, and I'm gonna take it." Doing business. Good. Good. I'm happy he let Seth have that. I'm happy they let Seth go out there and tell us how it feels, how he feels. And honestly, based off of what we got in this feud, if they let this go where I think it needs to go, if they let these two shoot on each other, and I mean shoot, wrestling work shoot, but shoot on each other as part of their feud building to the match at WrestleMania, I have a feeling this is going to be the feud of the year already. Because you know the matches are going to be amazing. I'm not worried about the matches. What's got my interest are the promos. And see, a feud this hot, man, you can do so much with it. I don't even think the promos need to be inside the ring. You can have Seth promo outside. Have him do a video where he's just talking shit about CM Punk. Mention AEW. Mention how he insulted his friends. Really go in on it. Really. Take it to social media. Hell, you know what? At this point, I'm going to get in trouble for saying it. I don't care. We're getting into WrestleMania season anyways, which means we got to talk about the Royal Rumble. If they wanted to have CM Punk win the Rumble, I wouldn't be upset. I don't think Punk is winning. I still think Cody Rhodes is the one. But if they decided that Punk should win and then use that to set up his match against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, I would be 100% okay with that. And the more I think about it, the more I start to think maybe that is what they're going to do. Because Cody's going to get a match against Roman. You know that's going to happen. It's already in the cards. He doesn't need to win the Rumble to get it. He can win the Chamber match to fight Roman at WrestleMania. He'll have to jump to SmackDown somehow, but why not? Why not? To me, I feel like what we have with Punk and Rollins is way, way too good to not do in a real life kind of way. Make it as real life as possible. Hell, you know what? If they're cool with it, get Becky and AJ Lee involved. Man, get Becky in there with Punk. Get Becky in there with CM Punk. Then get AJ in there. Ooh, AJ involved? Maybe do a match between AJ and Becky. Hell yeah. Get the wives involved. Man, Becky would eat Punk alive. I think Becky might be one of the only people that would destroy Punk on the microphone, if I'm being honest with you. Really, really honest with you. AJ Lee, Miss Pipe Bombshell would massacre Seth. Ah, man, I want it now. We gotta get Becky and AJ involved in this. Let's get the wives involved. But yeah, Punk and Seth, man, I'm excited. There's so much we can do with this. But this was a great promo. A great promo by Seth. And that money shot with those two looking at each other. Oh, WrestleMania season is going to be great. I'm already excited for it. Yeah, that was it, y'all. That was my thoughts on Raw. That was my thoughts on the CM Punk stuff. My thoughts on Charlotte Flair. My thoughts on Seth Rollins, Becky, Drew, their contracts expiring. Again, I don't see Seth or Becky going anywhere, but Drew, we don't know. Drew, I thought he wasn't going to go anywhere, but now as time goes by, I might be considering the opposite. Now I think he might be out, but we'll see. Regardless of how I feel, I want to get your thoughts. Give me your thoughts about Seth, about CM Punk, about everything that we talked about here. Leave it down below in the comments, and if you're watching this live during the premiere, give me your thoughts in the live chat. Thank you all so much for making me a part of your day. As you file out, do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. We have a lot of things happening in wrestling, so please stay tuned for more content right here in Alyx's world. The place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. When you're in